right. So first off, before we get with who's here, let's do a sound and video check. So let me know if you're seeing me and if you're hearing me well or not well. We'll get that fixed. And then, then we'll look through the comments, see who is already here. Already quite a few people talking in the comments. That's good news. But yeah, as long as everything's working good, guess we'll get into it because there's probably quite a bit to talk about. Yep. All right. So let's see who's here. Looks like everything's good. We got Mr. Dustin Sanford, Quality Maximus. What's up, brother? Dustin Sanford. Like I said, pick. Nice seeing you. Let's see. Rokit, what's up? We got Grandmaster Hobbyist. We got Mark LaShui. Let's see. Redneck saying, what up, fool? What's going on, brother? Living Southwest Virginia, maybe? Jonathan Wren. We got Herman Asira. Redneck Preppy. What's up, brother? Vance A. Good to see you. Gene Scoggins. Jeffrey Pelletier from Maine. What's up, brother? And Redneck says, unfortunately, I'm hearing you. Well, that's a good sign. See, Mike S. Me too. Bill Bristow. Bob Azzoli. What's up, man? NTEV. We'll call it NTEV. Daniel Martin. Dave Hiller. Central Arkansas PRS. What's up, brother? Lance Kirkland. Everyday Pro. Jay Simmons. Jacob Hare. What's up, man? Austin Martin Originals. Let's see. Joe Sharman and Timothy Trexler. What's up? Mr. David Uberti, what's going on? Let's see. My deal is trying to install the latest version of Windows, and we're not going to do that. Let's get into it. Vudoo or RimX? Well, that's a really easy choice right now because, the deal with Vudoo, I'm sure, a lot of you guys have heard that. And I don't have any inside information. I knew, from back when that Vudoo changed ownership, they got into the pistol stuff, at some point. And apparently from what I've heard, they quit kind of paying their vendors bills, like a couple months ago. Then there was a whole deal about basically the doors were closed and then they're not. Now they're moving. A few things look to be certain that they're probably moving it. From what I've seen on like social media stuff, doesn't look like any of the employees are going. I think maybe Greg is like the only active employee right now over there. I don't think any of the employees are going. So regardless of, at this point, to me, whether they move or not, if you lose all your employees, like the guys who are building these guns, for the last couple of years, the company is not, by name, yeah, it's the same company, but it's not the same company. We got Mr. Brian Eggerberg, William Gittens. Let's see. But yeah, I think their doors are closed right now. They're saying they're going to move. I know from the grapevine, I heard that, people who were trying to put in orders were being asked to pay in full, which was not normal. So those are all, not good signs. What's up, Mr. Clay Kennedy? Justin, I'm not sure. I know they went back to work on it. It was something they started looking at immediately, and they, I think they redid some stuff as far as like, wasn't just like a bolt material thing. They had to change material for whatever reason, but I think it was also some sort of design deal. But yeah, I'm not sure where they sit with that right now. But yeah. Redneck said it, not me. We got Mr. Eagle Eyes shooting, and we got Mr. Redneck Preppy. Appreciate you, brother. Who the heck would trust Vudoo even if they were? Yeah, it's a good question, man. When when none of your employees come with you and you basically start over again, I don't know. It's kind of a tough one. Let's see. Who else we got? Mr. Jerry Gore, what's going on? We got Pinnacle Precision. We got Little Snoop here from Michigan. J Delta 22NC, what's up, brother? Please, Doge cars. Let's see. Given the same barrel, do you think you could make a CZ4? Yeah, they're the same gun, more or less. I mean, they use the same barrels. They did change a little bit of the action, but yeah, I think it would be fine. Of course, you're going to limit yourself to aftermarket stuff as it's, been out of production for a long time. But yeah, I don't see any reason why it would be less accurate. Mr. Dale Cersei, Advanced ARA 2500X is a king ag. Well, yeah, for a single shot, I would agree. Mr. Brian C. Just ordered a DI Precision Vudoo, concerned about spare parts. I wouldn't be. I think Kenny actually responded on my first video. Sorry, I got like some freaking bug in here. That Kenny's new action is going to basically like you could use his bolt and stuff, so his parts to kind of rebuild your Vudoo if you needed to. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're going to be fine. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's much to worry about for existing rifle owners. Have I ever done a build with a Powder River Precision 10? No, actually, and I reached out to them and they just kind of ignored it, which is not, I'm not knocking them for that. It's not untypical. I'm sure they get hit up all the freaking time, about stuff. So, but yeah, I did. Yeah, I reached out to them, so we'll see. I must have missed something. Central Art Man, RimX takes such a good care of me and issues I was having. Not sure if I was part of that deal or not. However, Ray is amazing to work with. Right? Well, that's good. Took care of you. That's always good to see. I was looking back because Eagle Eye was giving him some crap. How brown your nose is. Yeah, I mean, that may be a little bit harsh on him, Kenny. So, I mean, he's one guy. He's just saying he had a good experience. I don't know if we need to beat him up over that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, I guess. They're gonna have to kiss some butt when they reopen. Yeah, I would not be waiting on that. Yep, that's Kenny, basically. Maybe somebody else too. I'm sure people are gonna fill in that gap. There's too many Vudoo rifles in production. Let's see. Orange Smoke M7. What's up, brother? Redneck Rimfire is already begging people for stuff, so all is right with the world so far. Let's see. Mr. Grant Watson, got to put my hands on the CRB Rimfire blanks yesterday out of the truck of Austin Bushman himself. Looks like a great option going forward. Got to put my hands on some CRB Rimfire blanks. Oh, barrel blanks for Rimfires. What is CRB? Maybe I'm missing something. Let's see. Mr. Tyson Lorenz with a new base class NRL 22 MSRP 1650. Man, that thing just keeps going up and up and up. What optic would you pair with a Pro Varmint 749? A little over 900. Man, yeah, you're right in there. I think you got to go with like probably the Arkin or the I would say the Arkin, the DNT, or just go ahead and go to the Bushnell MPED. All good scopes, especially if you're talking NRL 22. If you're going to shoot the monthlies, you're shooting 100 yards. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, especially base class. I would honestly just tell you this, what I tell most guys who start asking about base class stuff. Just buy the optic you want. Shoot an open. You're going to end up there anyways. So just, buy what you want to buy at whatever price point you want. If it puts you in open, you're in open. It's no big deal. Mr. Grant Pertains, seen your video on the Gen 3 Razor. I take it you've had a change of heart for the Razor. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I went into it really skeptical because I've never been a Vortex fanboy. I had Vortex scopes when I was very new, in the, guns and stuff. But I found a lot of their middle of the road stuff was overpriced. You could go to other places, get the same quality for less money. And they're a marketing giant. They're a big company, so I get why their prices are a little higher. But yeah, I mean, the Razor, yeah, you can't knock it, the Gen 3. You really can't. It's a great scope. Let's see, Mr. Tim Ring. What's up, brother? Have you seen or heard of the side Sid heater? I guess it's from Point. No, I haven't. Typically I'm shooting PRS and NRL anyway, so my blinders are kind of, in that narrow band of like they're probably not going to be a good PRS trigger, but I'll have to look that up for sure. Oh, custom rifle barrels. Oh, nice. Yeah. Apparently, I was just not turning on my brain, but yeah, be cool to check those out. Looks like Eagle Eye says custom rifle barrels. I got a batch I've been testing for 22. Nice. So Kenny's already testing them. I'm sure we'll see something about that, or he'll start using them if they're really good. Mr. Devin Hill, what's up, brother? Lava Chemist. We literally had 0 production shooters at PRS my first match. I just entered open class. There you go. I mean, for NRL 22, literally, or even PRS, just shoot, just go to open. That's my advice for everybody. Element Theos or the Razor. I think the Razor probably has a beat a little bit on field of view and probably a hair on, I don't know if their quality is any better, glass quality. The reticle's a little bit thinner on the Razor. For certain circumstances, I would probably prefer the thickness of the Theos. I would just say whoever you're a bigger fan of, whether it's, the company Element or Vortex, you really probably can't go wrong with either one of them. Really good. Vortex prices high to cover their excellent warranty service. Yeah, I see the laugh emoji there. Don't get me started. No, I'm not saying for anybody tuning in who's not, in the know. I'm not saying they have bad warranty, but that's, the kind of the flex. But literally almost everybody in the optic industry has like a 0 question warranty. Mr. Dave Strong, yeah, I think Lilja carry. I think they still do carry one. If they do, that's probably where I would go for a T1X barrel if I was going to get one. Without even really looking, just because I've had good luck with them. Mr. Charn from Vancouver. What's up, brother? Nice to have you. Where can a guy get some SK? Man, I don't know because it's so in and out of stock. When it comes in, it's gone. You really just got to be all over the internet, keeping an eye open. Mr. Stefan, hey, Josh, got my first official match on Saturday. Super excited. I've joined 2 local matches so far, but those were just for fun. I just saw the squatting, and Womfat's going to be there as well. There you go. Nice. Yeah, and he's a super nice guy in person. I've only ever shot with him once. That was at the night before Christmas match, but I never met. I talked to him before, online and stuff, but I had never actually met him, and he was super nice in person. Really, really liked the guy. We got what I guess is Montana Shooting Sports. Let's see. Athlon Aries UHD or the DNT. I think the DNT is going to give you more features. The Aries, like the turrets are a little bit smaller, that kind of thing. The DNT is going to give you the bigger turrets. Like that, it's basically going to feel more like what you're going to, go up to eventually. Not that there's anything wrong with the Aries. Definitely outclasses it. So if you don't care about the turrets or whatever, you just want better glass, then yeah, the Aries is going to outglass at Arkin for sure. Let's see. Anyone watch Kentucky Rimfire shoot a .3 with an old 52 will be nice too. Can be his score, stretching it out. Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing, but I did check that. Let's see. Josh, Redneck just bribed me on sending your action to him. I'm open for a bidding war. Well, if you want to see your action on YouTube by a guy that's half naked riding around on a pig, then go ahead and send it. But yeah, I'm not going to get into a bidding war with Redneck because he's got that California money, and us poor North Carolinians can't compete with that. I mean, the guy just adopts pigs for fun. What kind of screw around money do you have to have in life to just decide to freaking adopt pigs? So yeah, probably not going to be much of a bidding war there. Let's see. Best B14R barrel. Just picked one up. I get it when you say you're a tinkerer. Yeah. Dude, I don't know because the KI Precision one is the one that everybody's keeps talking about. And I've been talking to them for months and months and months and months and months. And I'm supposed to get a barrel to test. So yeah, I mean, I would like to test it because there are very few options. The IBI has a cone breech, and there's a reason why most gunsmiths don't use a cone breech. There's a reason why, like mine failed. My first one, I did get a replacement, but I don't think it's worth it. Like, you know, I'm never going to recommend anyone go with a pre-fit barrel that has like a cone breech. And Redneck Rimfire is not Redneck. Well, him too, but Kenny at DPG is in this chat. I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing. Like, he's probably not going to make you a cone breech on any barrel for any reason. Redneck Preppy, Wombat's so nice he even talks to me. Shooting a 2-gun rimfire. Nice. Those are a lot of fun, man. I'm going to actually run one of those coming up soon, like in about a month. Yeah, out here locally. So if you're local, keep your eyes open. But yeah, I'm going to run like a DMR 2-gun rimfire match coming up. Any scope cap recommendations for the Arc and DNT? No, I mean, not really. I don't use them, honestly. It's just one, like, it's one more thing that I'll forget. So I don't really use them. So I really have a hard time recommending it. L3I versus Lilja. I don't know. I still haven't heard enough from people who are shooting L3I barrels. Like, my barrel shot really well. Sample size of 1. Lilja's, I've had literally a sample size of like 10. And so just out of track record, I would say Lilja. But do your research, ask around, check the forums, see what people are shooting them. I haven't heard a lot either way. And I don't know that there's just probably not enough out there to really hear a ton. But yeah. Let's see. Do I know any suppliers for Vudoo extractor springs? No, not yet. Kenny probably will be one making them because I think his stuff is going to be interchangeable. So let's see. Yeah, sure. It's a pig red. I don't think they're being rescued, bro. They're coming to live with you. That's more like hostile type situation. I don't think that you're like, they probably feel like they're rescuing you if I had to put my money on it. I'm probably never going to shoot 21 sharp because it's literally never going to compete. Like, it's never going to be as accurate as match 22. And if you want something else, literally just shoot 17 HMR 22 mag. I really think it's like it's a solution to a problem that never existed. Nobody needed it. Like, nobody was asking for it. So it's like, there's no point. Like, literally, if a company sent me the rifle and the ammunition, then I would test it just to test it. But outside of that, it's like a non-starter for me. I am not going to NRL because it's in freaking Washington State, and it's too much time. Only base class mods to stock for cheek weld. I want to shorten the length pull on 457 for a youngster. Yeah, I mean, check with the match director, your local match director. A lot of people, if you shorten it for a youth to shoot in a base class, like, nobody's going to say anything. I mean, the rules may be whatever, but if you talk to the match director and say, hey, I got this, he's going to compete, and factory is too long, I'm going to chop it off. Nobody's going to care, dude. Like, literally. And if somebody did care, screw them. Like, if somebody really cares, like, about the rules that much that you shorten the length of pull for a youngster, like, literally, I hope they throw them out of the NRL 22 anyways, because they don't deserve to be there. Let's see. There's Mr. Eagle Eye. Cone breech are prone for shaving, and extractors will chew up the edge and encroach in the chamber. Yeah, exactly what happened to mine. Even though, yeah, I'm just going to leave that one alone. But yeah, that's what happened to mine. Let's see. FYI, Mike Bush just formed company, Delane Development Group LLC, to start to provide boards for Vudoo. Oh, nice. There we go. Okay, so if you're an existing Vudoo person, there you go. Perfect person to do. Let's see. And I'm sure there's going to be more people jump on that as different stuff comes out. Minnesota. I called it Montana. See, I messed up. First Minnesota long gun match on the 18th. Nice. Let's see. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's like it's a little darker in the video because like the light is hitting me and it's kind of darkening that up. But yeah, and I've been super happy with it. Freaking great gun wall. Yeah, and Eagle Eye's right. Winchester can't even make match grade 22 ammo. Very, very true. RPR update is I have been so preoccupied. I need to just figure out who has a barrel for this stupid thing and put a barrel on it. That's what I need to do. And I will do it. I just need to sit down. I will look tonight. I have to stay up tonight because I got to get back on, schedule, so to speak. So I'll take a look and see what I can get. Will Vudoo, I think they may come back as a company if they move, but I think the mutual feeling amongst most people is that they're not going to be the same company. There we go. And with the official 22 Lima Romeo, if you guys don't know, he does the NRL monthly Course of Fire videos. He's also on the board that kind of like looks at all the Course of Fires. So yeah, that's pretty much the gospel. You can hack down the length of pull and you'll be fine. Let's see. We got the range on here. What's up, brother? Dame and Day. What's up, killer? Nice to see you. Should we buy a heap of Chinese-made scopes now before the tariffs? I mean, maybe there's going to be some there's a lot of them that are already stateside. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Mr. Dustin Sanford, I beat 6 out of 18 in the last stage of a PRS match. First time shooting 300 yards with an MTR 16.2 barrel. Really want that pre-filled Lilja, 18.5 or bigger, but all they have is call them. If you're looking for a Lilja, just call them up and talk to them. They're really easy to talk to. They'll give you an idea if they don't have something, when it's going to be. And appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Joey says my shell barrel on RPR is pretty solid for the price. On plan 183. Yeah, I'm trying to find something probably in the $300 to $400 price range. Because I kind of want to know for myself if I put a good barrel on it, like is the ignition up to par? Like is it still gonna like fight me like to make it as accurate as it should be with a barrel? But yeah. Rebarrel the turd 2020. No shot. Mr. Louis Diaz, shout out from Southern California bombing season. Shot my first NRL 22 match. There you go, man. Awesome. Kevin was waiting on a lefty 457 chassis from L3. How do you think it will be worth the wait? Well, I don't know. Can you even see it? It's so dark you can't even see it, but there's an L3i chassis on the wall that I started testing. It does feel very solid to me. Aesthetically, I would change a few things, and that's going to be a personal preference kind of thing, but kind of like a sneak peek. And that is, I've been shooting it now for 2 days, just playing with it. Did a video with it today. Just kind of ad-lib, wanted to do a video. Not really centered around the chassis, just kind of something else fun to do. But it's been very solid. So I don't have the CZ inlet section for it, but yeah, I don't think you'll have any problem. And I think they sell both Remington 700 left and right, CZ left and right. So that'll be good because I know there's not a lot of lefty love for you guys out there with the CZ. Our Lilja hammer, I don't even freaking remember. To tell you the truth, the only thing I can remember is that they're lapped and they always look great. Like the finish work on them is really good. Mr. Eli, what spare parts are Vudoo shooters needing? I have extractor springs, 20-pound fire pin springs, making titanium fire pins also. So there you go. Like I said, Mike Bush apparently starting a company, whatever, but there's going to be people like Kenny who are going to fill that gap too. So for you current Vudoo shooters who are worried about the future, I wouldn't sweat it. There's going to be parts. Mr. Wolfgang, thanks to you bought my first 457 past week. Before this, I was about to build out my 1022. Yeah, you can't beat it, man. The 457s are just freaking awesome guns to build. It is the great, like, home builder's gun. Like, man, if you just want to throw parts at something and have fun with it, no better platform. Let's see. Falling behind and missed a couple. What's up, Mr. Bench Rest Marksman? How you doing, brother? From joining us all the way from the other side of the world. Any Vudoo parts? Like, yeah, Clay could tell you what could break on a Vudoo because he's broken all of them. If you're looking, so if Eagle Eye, if you're looking for, who to hit up on what can be possibly broken on a Vudoo, Clay will tell you. Let's see. Mr. Rogers put a shot barrel on his RPR, no better, no worse than factory. Tried to polish the turd, but it did not work for me anyhow. We've all been there. Let's see. Mr. Jonathan ran hard pressed to beat the PDC custom 4x7 chassis. Yeah, they are like, to me, that like in the looks department, I don't love them, but functionally, they all seem to be pretty good. Let's see. Mike Bush coming back in the fray can only be a good thing as well for the entire community. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, so I tell you this, there's actions coming out. Like, there's no secret Kenny is developing his action. Elemental has an action coming out. They announced that forever ago. L3I has basically their renewed, I'm not being a jerk when I say this, but their renewed refreshed 40X. I basically think that's what it is, like the 40X platform with some updates. So basically where Vudoo started, so a lot of stuff coming out. There's actually another action coming out, like I said, before I was talking to some guys on my Discord, and I can't say anything about it, but I know of 4 actions that are supposed to come out. So, is there going to be a gap from Vudoo? No. Like, there's plenty of good stuff coming out. The market is continuously refreshing itself. So, for PRS production, what mods can you do? The only external mods you like? I actually cannot remember. It's been so long since I looked at the rules. If you go to the website, like the rules are there. Basically, you can't modify the trigger. You just really, it's supposed to be just kind of a stock gun. Really no incentive for anybody to really hang out in production or base class, honestly. Better late than never. Hey, good name. Would a CZ47 20-inch Martin barrel and an at-one stock pass to the factory have looked, but not a San 20s version? At-one really enjoyed live chat. Honestly, dude, I don't think people are really like local NRL 22 matches. I don't think nobody there is like scouring your rifle. Like there's not a lot of people in base or production class. Like if it's a factory looking gun, it's, nobody's going to bat an eye. Like never seen literally anybody check a rifle. You're shooting a factory barrel, it's kind of just going to be up to the match director. But yeah. Well, let's see. Mr. Kenny, I'm in production with them through my family's aerospace company. Action is using V22 firing pin setup for now. I think of making a swap to CZ style. So it'll be a retro kit for V22 shooters. There we go. Are there many shooters using Federson 22 cone barrels? Somebody I knew said that one can be ruined and dry firing is done. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know of anybody who's shooting a lot using cone breaches anymore. Like, really anybody. Just because it's just not totally unnecessary for what we have today. Central RPRS, the L3I high has been extremely solid, it's functional flawlessly, and I've loved how I can set it for me and my son easily. I'm going to call you out. No, I'm just playing. He is a sponsored shooter or whatever, though. So, we got the sponsored shooter response. Not to say, and I'm not saying he doesn't like it. I'm just saying, if I have like something that I'm going to show you guys, then, I got to say, hey, these guys sponsor me. But I actually think mine's really solid too. So I kind of agree with you there. What is your response to hearing Ryan at Lapua Testing Center may say Tika T1X Bergara CZ is the order of accuracy per his testing? I mean, I don't know. I can tell you this. I mean, he's at a test center. He's testing. He has the data. That's great. But, when I go to a test center and shoot and test and do that things, and then I go home, my gun is always shot different. Like, if you look, I would just say look at, what is it? I don't know, they call it base, factory. Look at the factory division in like your local ARA bench rest. That's going to tell you everything you need to know. And I'm assuming those are like factory guns, but I don't know. The Tikas are great. And Bergaras shoot and CZ shoot too. I mean, for factory guns, I'd probably say that's right, or close, who knows? I really don't know what I was trying to say there. Besides, I guess in reality, I would say I would take that with a grain of salt because it's, you know, it is apples to apples because he's testing them there, but my results have never matched the test center when I got to the house with the ammunition. So I don't really put like a ton of, faith in that process as a whole. That's why I test everything here. Hey, from New Jersey, Josh, issues with altering mags. CZ never been able to use the mag you gave me, and I also let a buddy try it. So what? I don't know what's it doing. I know some people do have problems with them. Mine all run. You'd have to tell me what it's doing for me to kind of even know maybe what you got going on. No, I'm good. They do have a rifle, but it's way too much money. The action's way too much money for what it is. Mr. David Strong, what's been the best budget ammo you come across from $12, 50 round box, or have you found it better to spend a little more? No, I mean, well, team is, around about there. That's what I, if I'm just gonna, shoot practice ammo, I've even had some that I would shoot matches with. Team's kind of my go-to for that. Have I heard anything about Monakim getting barrels in yet? Yeah, I think he has or is getting in like a bunch of barrels. Is it worth replacing the Manor stock? Not if you like it. If it works for you, don't. If you go chassis, there's going to be a lot more options. You're going to be able to make it a lot heavier. You're going to be able to make it balance a lot better. But if it's working for you, then no. Mr. Bob Bazzoli, new actions that are coming out. Will they be RimX Vudoo mags, or will they go the way of the CZ mags? I think most of them are going to be AICS. I don't think a lot of people are not most people are not going to make a new action this day and age and not use an AICS pattern magazine because it's just the way it's going. Let's see, Mr. Quality Maximus, maybe an ignorant question, but if the barrel quality is affected, how important is the action on air control? Well, all your ignition consistency is coming from the action, so it can be very important. Plus your headspace. So the bolt returning back and going to the exact same place every single time is super important. Like however the geometry and stuff that works within the firing pin and all that stuff needs to be repeatable and the same every time, to get consistently good ignition. So I'd say it's very important. Like, obviously the barrel has to be great, but you've got to have good consistent ignition. Let's see. Just an FYI, the pre-fit Lothar Walther 4% off by Widner, awesome for less than 400, 300 rounds on mine. Loves everything. Nice. Let's see. Where can someone find a replacement 457 bolt handle? I actually have no idea. You could probably get an aftermarket one, maybe from like Anarchy Outdoors or somewhere. Or check there. Have you had or plan to get a Wooks? Yeah, I've had the Wooks. They're just too nice for me to like go beat on and like PRS. Like I really didn't have any issues with mine, other than on the PRS dedicated one, the ARCA doesn't come back all the way. It needs to come back further. So I think there's some refinements they could do, but they're overall really nice stuff. It's just for me, I want the metal kind of, regular chassis to beat the crap out of. Let's see. Oh boy. Does any chassis to date stack up to the Vision and or Pro chassis? I mean, the thing with the Vision is like that. I just have found them to be really, really like, quality. But like, if I'm going to go shoot like the Elite or something like that, like the Elites are really good rifle too. You can just, or chassis, you can just tell that it's, it's manufactured in a lot more like quantity. It's not getting like the little touches, and that's to be expected out of something like that. But I would say most all pretty much the chassis available today are all really great, and it comes down to personal preference. I do love the Vision Pro, and I've been really happy with the Vision chassis. Probably going to do one more for my centerfire 22R build. Mr. Big Timber Lodge, what's up, brother? Eagle Eye with some good stuff. Maximus action must have consistent position, lock timing, and reliability. Only 22 center. That's why the performance still varies more in SD. The firing pin and pigeon set is horrible. Awesome. Well, I'm glad it's not just me. Got Mr. Eagle Eye spitting the same stuff. Let's see. Mr. Han J76, hello from Central California. What are your thoughts about my first 17H Mark CZ4% varmint? Yeah, because honestly, you could buy a 22 long rifle barrel and a little spacer and a mag and have a 22 as well. So yeah, I would go for it. My Bergara 10 round mag is junk, it's not feeding right, and will stand 2 rounds straight up once in a while. Probably for the B14R, and I've heard some people have had that. I only have like 1 or 2 factory Bergara mags, and they've worked well for me, but you know, I know a lot of people have had mag issues for sure with them. What do you find the best way to? I just like to true it, honestly. Like I start with a rough idea based on what it is, but then I let the actual real world performance steer me. So like, you know, I know my muzzle velocity. I can look at my, you know, true ballistics and get an idea of BC, but then I'm gonna let like the data kind of guide me on BC. And yeah, this is a good point. It's saying 2 Garmin Chrono set up 1 exactly 7 miles. So BC is literally can be calculated by you or anybody very easily. So all you need to do to calculate BC is know your current environmentals and your muzzle velocity speed and the speed of the bullet at a set distance, any set distance, right? So has to be exact. Basically do that, and there's a BC calculator that's how like chronographs and things like that are trying to calculate BC. That, I mean, that's the formula is that easy. It's literally speed at muzzle, speed at fixed distance, stick that in the calculator, put in your environmentals, out comes BC. So saying that is BC is a changing like value, right? Like, you know, based on environmentals and things like that. It's not consistent. Like it's not one thing. You know, it's going to kind of move. Let's see. Here in Ireland, we do ELR to 625. That must be, well, I would say that's got to be a lot of fun. I shot out to 600 or 700 at in Missouri. I think 600 was probably as far as we actually like really shot out to, like to get, you know, good hits, but did have funs. Let's see. But yes, that is right. They are guesstimating BC. And I use it as like I don't really use it as data. I use it as like a comparative factor when shooting like 1 or 2 or 3 different things. Like, because you're right. Like, there's no way unless you have 2 devices because it's guessing, it's trying to make its best guess at like that distance, what it is. But yeah, so I use that as like a ballpark and then I let the data true me in. Can you do one video on Lilja prefit versus LCI L3I drop-in? I mean, I could, but it's a sample size of 1. Like, so it's literally only going to tell you about the ammo that I have at that day with this one barrel I have versus this other barrel. So literally, like, you know, it's not a cop-out. I'm just telling you, like, it's not going to be conclusive. Like, it's really, that information is not going to show you anything. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, other than theoretical, like the L3I is going to give you, it's a bigger diameter. So if you're looking for PRS, like that better balance point kind of thing, that's, you know, and you're putting in a chassis, it's probably going to be the better way to go. Because the Lilja is pretty much only going to go up to 1 inch. Think about charging Kenny the Eagle Eye advertising fee. I do charge him. I make him listen to my bull crap at wee hours of the night. He's got to pay the ultimate price. What's up, Mr. Jim McCaffrey? And we have James McKiernan. I have a Garmin, but thing is selling, getting a lab radar that I don't know. It looks like it cut you off. I would not trade a Garmin for a lab radar, though. You couldn't give me a lab radar in exchange for a Garmin, even if you were giving me like half of the money back on the Garmin. Which mag holsters are you using? Just an AICS. But honestly, if I run like the Stinger mag, that's going to be like the primer mag. I'm not carrying that thing on my hip. It weighs like freaking 10 pounds. Like, that's not going to be my backup mag that goes in an AICS mag carrier. Not even remotely. Like, it's just too heavy. Like, I don't mind it in the rifle, but I'm not going to have it on my hip. That's the one he's talking about, William. That's the one I have, the True Ballistic. The thing is, and the only way it could actually realistically 100% work, like, I'm not saying, I think it does a good job for a guesstimate. Like, it does a pretty good job. But literally, like, you'd have to have a chrono that you set up and then run like a line out like 100 yards or something, or some odd deal, and then set it up and it captured a second. I mean, yeah. Honestly, though, like, and I'm just going to be realistic with you guys, don't worry about PC that much. Like, really, do not worry about it. If you don't believe me, take your Kestrel and move your BC around a lot. Like, remember what it's set at, but then just move it a lot. It's not going to change your dope a lot. It's going to change it very minimally, fractionally compared to muzzle velocity and the other things. So I would not worry about the BC so much. Like, you do not need to get that like nailed down. Now, another cheat code I can tell you is if you're worried about truing your stuff and you're wanting BC for that, shoot, like, if you got an array of targets out to 300 yards, shoot those and, off your Kestrel, but record it. So write you down take you a little piece of paper and write down, okay, at 100 yards, my Kestrel said 1.7. I needed to shoot 1.8 mils. At 150, my Kestrel said 4.1. I needed to shoot 4.3. And then look at that at the end. And what I've noticed is that if you have a standard offset, so like say like you're off 0.2 mil the whole way, typically that's like a muzzleloss thing. You could put a correction in and it's going to, flatten that out. It's basically bringing flat error, here deficit in. But if you have a growing deficit, I usually see that that's a result of not the right BC in the profile. So if like it lines up, but at 200 yards, it's 0.1 low, 250 is 0.2, 300 is 0.4. That typically to me represents a BC error. And what you can do is just go to that furthest distance, adjust the BC to line that up, and then you'll see the rest of them kind of fall in line. But I would not worry about it, honestly. BC is the least of my worries. If you wanted to be the next 22 NRL PRS national champ, what would be your rifle build? Action, scope, stock? Honestly, whatever you're comfortable with, whoever your favorite gun builder is, whatever it is, consistency is what's going to get you there. Practicing, obviously everybody at that very high level is going to have a very accurate rifle. You need a rifle more accurate than the smallest targets. But you need consistency more than that. So you need to find the rifle ammo combo. So whatever your favorite thing is, something that runs all the time, that through and through, ammo that's super consistent in it as temperature changes. And then, you need to put the freaking time in. I mean, that's really the thing. Because usually whoever finishes at top, it's not because of their gun and scope. Maybe they probably do have a very high-end setup, but everybody scrambling at the top does. And I would say the scope is going to, yield big results, because when you miss and you see it, and somebody else doesn't, that's a huge advantage. If you miss your first shot on a 10-shot stage and you see it make a correction, hit the next 9, you are way ahead of the pack. I mean, think about the guy who doesn't have a great scope, who is a middle of the road scope, and you're shooting 240 yards and the lighting kind of sucks, and he doesn't see that first miss, and then he misses again, and then he guesses the next one correction, and he misses, and then he gets it. Well, he gets a 6 out of 10. It's a big deal. But yeah, a lot of good stuff out there. Let's see. Think about selling. Yeah, I would not. Man, that Garmin is just so easy to use. And honestly, I would not worry about the BC that much. Ben B, I'm not sure that they will make a pro. Then maybe they will though for the CZ. We'll see. Mr. Eli says they're shipping with 2. He's talking about his talent extractors. How tall I am? Well, let me see. I would tell you in feet and inches, but I am 4.5 pigs tall, redneck. He'll understand that. That's about all he understands. Do you think the MDT 0 stage electron triggers will catch on? Sure. I mean, you know, I don't know many people that are going to swap out their Vixen Andy for it. I mean, my deal is like it's electronic. How long do the contacts hold up? Does it, you know, in really bad weather, you know, do you start having problems with it? Who knows? I mean, obviously it's taking a long time to release them. So I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes, but when I can get a Vixen Anti-Tac Sport Pro X to like 4.5, 5 ounces and break like freaking glass every time, I don't see like, I mean, for me, there's no real draw. I mean, I would love to test one because it's new and it's exciting and people want to see it. And I'd love to have it for that reason. But, you know, it's the mechanical triggers are amazing. So it's kind of like another, this is a solution to a problem that doesn't exist moment. Nope. Mr. Eagle Eye, I think MDT, yeah, I would not doubt it. Do you ever heat your bolt over a toaster and lube it up? Obviously not hot. No, I mean, I just clean it, put some lube on it, call it good. Let's see. The Stinger mag will break your foot if it falls out. Yeah. How did you get into precision 22 long? Wanted to practice centerfire long range and got. So I was a pistol USPSA competitive shooter. I deployed. COVID happened during my deployment. I came back, couldn't get components. Met a guy at a birthday party who's now is my best friend. And he hosted these 22 matches. And I had a CZ 455 that was freaking amazing, but I let it go. So I found out he's, you know, having these matches. And then I get another CZ 455. And then I upgraded to a 457. And I mean, from the minute I jumped into it, I was done for. Like I was shooting USPSA, like, you know, religiously before. So I'd already gotten the competitive shooting bug. And then once I discovered this like Rimfire thing, I'm like, man, I can shoot at home. Like I can go to these matches. I don't need Ear Pro. This is freaking amazing. And I just been hooked ever since. So that, yeah, it's been kind of my deal. Let's see. Oh crap, I'm falling behind again. Way behind. I'm just gonna buzz through some. Let's see. Yeah, X-Ring has a video on it. There's several videos on it. Hey Josh, got an Anshoot 1761 MSR and I'm having a lot of fail to eject issues. Do you think your 1710 fix will work on it? Probably, yeah. I mean, I would definitely try it. I mean, I was having feeding issues and stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's a very CZ-like system, so I would just slow everything down and just try and see what's going on, where it's kind of breaking down at. What are your thoughts on it? I actually wanted to buy one of those just to test it because, like I said, I already have the FX one. Like, everybody has the Garmin, like the Athlon. I mean, honestly, like, saying this to somebody who's probably going to buy one just to test it, you know, I think it's just, like, whoever's making the Garmin, like, it looks exactly like it. So I expect it to be exactly like the Garmin, just a little cheaper. Let's see. Zane Herman won a championship with a stock Tika time on the Rifles Factory. Yeah, that's true. Now, I will say this, though, in all fairness, because I shot that at Nationals, that was the place to do it. Like, they purposely set those targets up to that, like, it wasn't going to be about the gun. It was going to be about the shooter. So not all Nationals are going to be like that. A lot, you know, some of them are going to be harder. But I'd say if there was a place for, like, an air gunner, you know, a guy with a factory gun or whatever to win, that was it, that Nationals. And I mean, what I'm talking like you weren't there. 22 Lima Romeo was there. That's where I actually met him in person, really freaking great guy. But yeah, I mean, I think that played into it too. But you're right, 100%. It's the freaking Indian. Like, we have really fancy arrows, like way fancier arrows than any person would ever probably need. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely down to the Indian at this point. Let's see. No, I started off, I think I was really into it for about a year. I started off like D. Like, I was like most people, I picked up a handgun and I went to shoot it, and I'm like, dude, like, this should be easy. Like, you literally just line up these sights. And then when you pull the trigger, that's where the bullet goes. And I'm like, I'm like, holy crap, it's not that easy. And so I went from like a D shooter to a high A shooter, knocking on, I think if I'd have kept at it for another 3 months, I would have classified as M. But no, I probably would have never made it to GM. You know, I just don't have that. I was pretty committed to it, but I just not that level of committed. Let's see. Yep, that was basically what I already answered. I haven't tested it yet. I may try and reach out to those guys, or I'll just buy one and see. Mr. Hasbro in the house. What's up, brother? I think I'm finally catching up. Holy crap. Out there flapping. DNT, the one MRAD recently to have become unobtainium, wait for restock or snatch out one of the few MOA that were stock. No, I would not get an. Well, I mean, it depends. If you don't shoot competitively, sure, get an MOA, because literally, if you're not shooting competitions, it doesn't really matter. I mean, MOA, mill, whatever. Like, the reticle matches what you're dialing, same. If you're going to shoot competitively, wait, get the mill, because everybody around you is going to be talking to mills. Let's see. SG Pulse versus MDT Sentinel level. I like the SG Pulse, like when we're talking just a level, for simplicity, for the app, easy use, that kind of thing. You know, MDT just re-released a new version, and so I haven't got to play with that one yet. But the SG Pulse is also releasing like a bigger like cube that's in like an all-in-one timer plus level plus like cappuccino freaking maker thing. So like I'm really wanting to try that, because I think anytime you can just put something into one package and not have to buy two separate things and mount two separate things, like that's a win. So hopefully that'll come out and that'll be pretty freaking cool. Have a Garmin started not PM any shots in other mode. Tech support is helping. Oh, it might be the first time I've heard. You know, and I'll say this, I have the True Ballistics. It's way big. You know, you got to set it up. But I can shoot as fast as I want. That True Ballistics freaking picks them up. I can easily outshoot the Garmin, which is not a big deal. But I don't know why, but it bugs me that I can outshoot the Garmin. Like, it takes, by the time it's reset, I've already shot. So it's getting like every other one. Because when I'm like testing and getting those numbers, like I'm shooting for a distance, and when the wind comes down, I get a wind condition, man, I want to freaking send like 5, get them on that plate, see the group size, and see the chrono data, and the Garmin. Literally, the Garmin can't keep up. I have a vision chest 4%, how to get a mill to suit my left hand action, but the best decision I made compared to MGZ. What do you think between the chest? Honestly, I love both. Like the Elite, I really like. The Vision is my favorite chassis probably right now. So yeah, like a little one-sided on that. Just giving you like, because it just, the looks of it and the finish of it are like perfect for me. Like, I love the looks of it, and trust me, I love the looks of the ACC as well. And I'm like that. I think I'm not alone here. 50% is the look of the overall package, and the Vision just outdoes the ACC Elite on looks for me. So, you know, it's a personal thing, but, and yeah, it's literally that petty for me. Let's see. I can get an SG Pulse for 120. You think I should get 2? I have one, and I want it. Like, I was about to buy another one, but then I found out they're coming out with this new thing, and I was like, whoa, let's wait for the new thing. But I mean, they're really nice. Like, I really enjoy running it. For me, my problem was, and I think it comes across in the video, I swapped to an SG Pulse at the Gap Grind on a borrowed barreled action with like a scope I had never shot before. My first center fire match, and I got this freaking SG Pulse. I got a lot of things that are very unfamiliar to me, And the MDT with, the brand built ocular thing, the lights were like a steerable thing. If this light came on, I know I needed to move away from that. The SG Pulse was just a color, and I didn't have the reps in to use it the way I needed to do it. So, but once you get the reps in and you know the color and your brain starts working that out, it's really, really good. Is that, Kenny, you talking about the new one? I mean, I haven't seen one. I just saw the video, but I immediately was like, I got to test one of these things when you guys are ready. Clay, we kind of went over that earlier. Like, I don't think they're closing. Well, the rumor was they're closing doors, and they came back, said they're moving it regardless. And I think out of everything we've heard out of Vudoo, whether, they do or don't close the doors, apparently they are going to move. I don't think the employees are going, at least most of them from what I've heard. So it's not going to be likely the same company. You can't lose all your employees, like literally all of them. And like as an owner, just move somewhere, hire all new people and have the same company. Like, I just don't think it's possible. Maybe it is, but I don't think so. Let's see. What do you think about the Vanquish? I actually shot the Vanquish a week or two ago. It's a nice chassis. I mean, I really like it. The side release for me, like I have these little, skinny fingers. I have no problems getting up into the magwell CZ. That's what I've always done. And I guess you can do that on the Vanquish too. You can leave a traditional mag release. That's probably how I'd run it. I did like the fore end. It's a nice wide fore end. It's a really good chassis. Most of the chassis that are coming out now they're all really, really good because they're like their 10th, 12th rendition of these, and anybody new getting into it has had all these other chassis to look at, shoot, play with, and come out with something. So, really, realistically, like, shooter's choice, like they're all really good. Are any YouTubers really good competition shooters? In the space, obviously Wombat's really good. I'm trying to think who else is out there. Wombat pretty much does match footage, like shooting competitions is more or less what his YouTube channel is all about. I'm not even gonna put myself in that boat. I'm hit or miss. Because I don't shoot enough competitions. I very rarely shoot competitions now. I could go out and do really well, or I could bomb. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other YouTubers who shoot competitions. Really drawing a blank. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you know one, blast them down in the comments, and I'll tell you whether I think they're worth a crap at actually shooting or not. Let's see. If you like, I can upload my Vision chassis. I have an IV rolling for it on the way, but we have to wait a long time around for all the nice things. I own the Vanquish and really like it. Everybody I know who owns the Vanquish really, really likes it. Let's see. Oh, there's a good one. Yeah, X-Ring, obviously. Freaking X-Ring is kind of the GOAT, especially DMR, pistol, sniper challenge type stuff. The freaking GOAT with that stuff. Paramount Tactical, I don't know. I know he's like partnered with X-Ring, but I know he teaches, but I don't know anything about him. But yeah, I kind of even forget that these guys are YouTubers. But yeah, Ray with X-Ring, obviously. Yeah, Eagle Eye says we were called talentless YouTubers from a national champion. We showed up as match and podium first or third. Dude, that was such a fun time. Like, even though that was like, that was so dumb at the time. That was such a fun time, man. Like, I look back on, that whole ordeal and that time frame when a bunch of us, like, because me, Kenny, X-Ring, Rick, a lot of these guys were going to these matches together. Like, we were running into each other at these matches and shooting, and we were dicing it up with the quote unquote real shooters, Like, because I can tell you for me personally, and most of these other guys are really not like this. For me, now, it was inverse back then, but for me now, like, I'm more focused on YouTube than competitive shooting. Like, this is way more rewarding for me. Like, this interaction you guys on this chat, you guys watching my videos, and us having this freaking transparent dialogue, both here and in videos where I can do a review. And I'm not getting an affiliate deal out of it. There ain't nobody handing me a check, for $20,000 to endorse nothing. And that opens me up because if I think something sucks, I can say it sucks. Luckily, the stuff's so good on the market. I very rarely, if ever, have to do that. But now for me, I am definitely, a YouTuber over a competitive shooter. Some of the other guys are still, I would say, competitive shooters. Not saying they're not good YouTubers, because I would say like X-Ring's quality is better than mine. But I'd say he's more focused on competitive shooting. Shoot more. Yeah. I keep forgetting about the guy. Now his freaking like the channel, the video quality is really, really good. He's just in a smaller niche of the world, but does comp stuff. And yep. Dang, dude, and I'm not like spacing on you guys, but obviously 22 Lima Romeo is a freaking goat too. Hell of a good shooter. And I even got to say, I kicked my butt on a freaking dueling tree out there in North Carolina at Nationals. There's a lot of and I would say there's a lot of guys who do like competitive shooting and film that journey. And obviously those guys are great shooters. And then there's guys who are more entertainment / informational, who are probably not as good competitively. Like they're not going to go beat these other guys at matches. So there's kind of different, YouTubers out there too. Yep. Jonathan Ocab, you got all these guys, man. Just like there's so many. For us poors that can't spend $600 on a catch right now, what is your app recommendation? Freaking pen, dude. Literally, if you don't have the money to spend on that, just write down your dope. Like literally, write down your dope, and you can probably just go on Excel and Google it, put in your data, and let it extrapolate. Like let it fill in the blanks, and then print yourself off like an Excel file of like literally every 5-yard increment, and then just reference that. Literally, the cheapest thing you could do. The Kestrels weren't always around. And, that's literally the, acronym DOPE, data on previous engagement. Like going out shooting and, writing down those values. Now the Kestrel is going to help you do that, do a lot of the work for you. It's going to change stuff. And just know, like knowing your gun is half the battle. If you write down your dope card and like this is at 70 degrees, well, like, oh, well, I went out at 50 degrees and everything was a 10th low or 2/10 low. When I went out at 100 degrees, everything was 2/10 high because that weather is going to affect it. So the hotter, thinner air is easier for that bullet to traverse through, versus colder, denser air is going to actually slow that bullet. So you can just kind of get your dope at a certain weather and know this little colder is probably going to hit a little low, 10th or 2. A little hotter is probably going to hit a 10th or 2 higher. So, and you could definitely, and especially if you're shooting NRL 22, you almost don't even need dope, because 100 yards, I mean, you can almost use somebody else's. So should be pretty easy to do. Just wait till you can spend the money, or wait to see if you're going to be in it that much. You may not even get to that point where you want to do it. Do you still shoot any centerfire match PRS, and in what region? Well, only literally first and only centerfire competition I ever shot for PRS was the Gap Grind last year. I'm going to shoot a one-day match this year at either Coleman's Creek, Pig River, because I got a 22 arc build, and then I'm shooting the Gap Grind again. Mostly, if I'm shooting centerfire, it's going to be sniper DMR matches, and I shoot those at Clinton House, South Carolina. That's where the match series is around here. And that's probably what I'm most having fun with, what I'm most vested in shooting and placing well, because it's targets out to 600-700 yards with an AR, like DMR style rifle, and pistol skills. And I love that freaking mix up. I freaking love it. It's so much fun. Let's see. Cyclops Joe has got to be the funniest dude. He is, yeah, and he does not give a shit. But yeah, Joe is freaking funny, and he's like that in person, which is hilarious. He's exactly how he is on camera, whether it's on the phone or when I met him, like at RPAC. The dude's freaking funny as crap. Love that dude. Let's see. I use the best auto powder trickler in the world, which is if I need to reload, I go to my buddy John Cole's house, my best friend. He's got like everything under the freaking sun and then some. I mean, I'm talking like zero press, like he has the best reloading equipment that you can own. Like I'm convinced, and he will help me load anything. So there's 0 point in me cluttering this space up anymore with reloading stuff because literally he lives like 15 minutes from me, and anytime I want to load for something, he would be extra willing to help me do that over there. So it's kind of like when like why own a boat when your buddy owns one. That kind of reasoning for me. Let's see. Mr. Andy Amore. Hi from Australia. Don't forget the hop up. Oh, thanks, brother. Yeah, honestly, I appreciate you guys, doing the thumbs up. I don't care if YouTube like pumps this out or not. Like you guys are here. There's literally 260 of you, like 260 to 270 you on this live stream. And I don't care if YouTube pushes this out because this is for us. Like literally diehard precision rimfire guys getting into it. That's who this is for. So don't worry about it. Don't feel like you got to thumbs it up because I don't care if YouTube pumps this video or not, honestly. What's up with Rumble? I literally just haven't put videos on there, man. I mean, so I will tell you, like the last couple of months, work's been like a little different. I got like a new kind of, not really a new role, but new deal of work. Been fighting some health stuff inside the family. It's like, it's been crazy. It's just, I've been barely able to keep up with YouTube. And yeah, I mean, it's like, so I just zero time and effort into branching out. Like, and I'm going to put my videos there because, I'm glad that the platform exists, but it doesn't have the viewership. So it's not really driving me. All you guys are here. So this is kind of my focus. See, Mr. Eagle, I'm a month ahead of schedule, just waiting a few more tools. I just ordered optimizing tool pass. I'm in production with them right now. He is. I seen the video. Have you found any CCI decently available around 22 ammo? No, skip that. Go to SK. Like literally find SK Standard Plus or something somewhere, local gun shop or something. Just skip the CCI. SK is going to do you a lot better. So I would say, practice plink with Standard Plus, which is yellow box. Shoot, red box, for matches or something if you're going to do that. And aren't I special? Josh, the only one who has seen the final design and its features. That is true. Let's see. I have 44 RimX coins affected by the gallon. Once I'm supposed to take an arrow, they'll be available. He's talking about his release, so he's going to offer those actions up to them first. Love it. Joey, what's your MOS? Was a 0311 station? Oh, so you were a Marine. Yeah. So I was like a 91 Delta, which is like power generation guy. And then I transitioned. I was an E7. I was like got out of active duty 2012, joined the Guard, was an E7 for 2 or 3 years in the maintenance field. So at that point, you're basically like an admin guy or like, a management kind of guy, basically, in the military world. But then I went over, transition, became a warrant officer. So now I'm like an engineer equipment warrant officer, 919 Alpha. So I have guys that work on like power generation, water purification, engineer equipment, all sorts of stuff under that. But yeah. What's your go-to tripod? Have you tried the Dauntless? Literally, the Dauntless is what's supporting you guys. Like the Oculus right now is the Dauntless. That's what I've been using. I don't shoot rear tripod because I don't like it. I'm just going to be flat out honest with you guys. I do not like freaking rear tripod. I really wish PRS and all this stuff, I really wish they would make a division or somebody would just go back to freaking like a damn rifle and a bag. I don't like it. But having said that, there are also new tripods from PRS TSF guys like the Dauntless. It is a good tripod. There's like a better one now. Like I'm gonna try it, like, because I have to, but I do not like shooting rear tripod because I think it negates the difficulty of the prop. And I don't like that because eventually, with everybody basically shooting modified prone, the only thing you can do to increase difficulty is make the target smaller or further away. And then you got to now we got a whole nother set of problems, right? So now you got to have a quarter MOA gun to compete. And I don't like that. Like, keep the targets 2 to 3 MOA and let's stop freaking turning all the matches into modified prone. How about that? That's like my hot take on it. It's going to be a very unpopular opinion. I can tell you that right now. And a lot of people are like, oh man, no, tripod rear, tripod rear, tripod rear, or whatever. Go shoot bench rest. That's all I can tell you. Let's see. Mr. Range, you got to get out of here. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you coming here. Mr. Clay Thomas in the Air Force. 2 Whiskey 171. I do not know what that means in the Air Force. My brother is security forces in the Air Force, actually. Let's see. Jeez, I knew it. I knew we had a rear tripod lover in here. It's waiting for the day for local purists to make shooters do handstand to shoot jobs, right? Let's see. All right, well, it's 10:41. If there's any burning questions, maybe I missed, maybe I jumped over it, maybe I told you like the answer you didn't want to hear, let me know. We'll probably close this out pretty quick. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. Crazy. 200 plus people for almost pretty much the whole freaking stream. And look at that. We didn't even berate anybody. We didn't even have to talk junk about people. We just had some really good precision rimfire stuff. So yeah, we are talking about crap talking on people a little bit. Take on the P-pillar barrels, inexpensive barrel if you're looking for more mass, something like that. Mine was pretty good for the money. Like the video, like literally, like I got it, was pretty surprised. Do I think they're all that good? Probably not. You know, we've talked about it before. You got kind of brackets according to price, but for the money, it seemed to be pretty good. PRS equals position bench rest series. NRL 22 used to make us do burpees. Well, I'm all about not doing burpees, but what's the max distance at my range at home? 181 yards from the bench, but I can get up on my back, like porch deck area. It's a little higher when the limbs aren't in the way, and then I can add 30 yards. So I'm 30 yards further than my bench, so I can shoot 210. Best way to upgrade a Savage Mark II, honestly, buy a 457. Probably the best way because you're going to open up the possibilities. I'm not saying that just like the Savage Mark IIs are good. They're very good shooters for the money. But if you're wanting to modify, it's probably starting to get close to get into a different platform. If you had to start over in Rimfire today for NRL PRS with 2,000 budget, not including scope, range, bipod, what would you do, Bill? Honestly, if I was starting over, I would do nothing different. Literally nothing different. I started with an MTR with Athlon Helos, and I'm not saying get those, but I think starting there, you learn a lot, versus going and buying the Ferrari. I got some Ferraris up here and they hide and mask a lot of things. But the one thing that light CZ MTR didn't do was mask my interface behind the gun, and it taught me a lot. I would not do anything different. I would do the same thing over again. Honestly, buy a rifle that you're going to love to shoot, that you're going to want to keep even after you upgrade, and shoot that thing. Get used to, because if you can shoot with a medium weight to light rifle, man, when you get one of these heavy 22-pound things, that's going to be a breeze. And that's what it should be. That's kind of when you're competing at a high level, the shooting the rifle needs to be like breathing. It's just not difficult at all. So you free your brain up to do other things. So start with something that's going to make you work on the fundamentals. Appreciate you, Mr. Bob. Let's see. I shot offhand stage 180-yard mover and around 22 stage burner was going to get punched in the throat after a minute. Yeah, bro. I can definitely see that. Appreciate you, Mr. Jim. Thanks, man. KYL at 210. I've shot the KYL. The problem is at 210, so that's here. Now it's summertime. The limbs are in the way, and there's 2 creeks. So I got to get a KYL on the second side of the creek. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I'm freaking like entirely too lazy to like, I would have to like build something. Now I can go over to my buddy Lens and we can set it up like a 200-yard KYL. So I haven't done enough impossible shots lately. So maybe that's what me and Len will get together. He's got a field with like 300 yards and we'll do it. But here, man, that would be a ton of work. A lot of work to get that thing out there. Mr. Lockalot got a CZ410 Pittsburgh. Shoots lights out. It's worth buying a heavy barrel for 122 and long. Not for long gong. I mean, long gong just strap crap to the rifle, right? Like, just make the rifle heavier. It'll mute your movements behind it. That could be like through any number of things. Just make it freaking the rifle heavy. NRL 22, maybe not, because if you know, I mean, if you're not going to get switched to a chassis, like just get a weighted Arca rail or something. You know, it would be dumb to replace a barrel that shoots lights out if you don't really need the extra weight up front. So it's really going to be hard to answer that, but yeah, I would have a hard time doing that. I skipped one. Favorite long range 22 ammo, long going. Ely, man. I mean, I just like seeing the bullet in the air. It's what I use all the time. You know, I will tell you right now, like the lots of super long range stuff like that would probably outperform the Ely that I have right now. No question about it. But I don't have any. I'm not shooting it, so I gotta, you know, what I'm shooting now is Ely, and that's kind of what I'm rocking. Are you planning on hosting another long gun match? Yes, I've had enough people ask me. I will open one up probably fall-ish this year. I'm going to do 2 DMR 2-gun rimfire matches this summer. And then I'm going to do a long gun for sure. So appreciate you, sir. Thanks for showing up. Let's see. And have we caught up? Thoughts on the B14R heavy barreled action? It's heavier. It's going to help you balance. It was no more or less accurate than my other B14R. There's not a ton of prefits available for it. So me, you know, Bergara B14R heavy or CZ 457 with a prefit barrel, I'm going to go 457 prefit all the time. So let's see. Mr. Jeff. Hell yeah, see you in the fall. So yeah, for you guys don't know, and I'm going to get off here really, really soon, but Jeff won the last one. I'm going to do the same thing. We had DM targets make us a freaking sweet trophy. Jeff won it. Going to do the same thing. This time we are going to have 3 to 4 targets up. So I'm going to try and accommodate. I'm going to max it out at 13 shooters per 4 targets. What does that give us? 52 shooters. That's a lot of shooters, but we're going to have 4 freaking lanes open, 4 people shooting same time. So it's going to flow faster. We did like 16 or 17 in one. Took like an hour. I'm hoping to get down like 35, 40 minutes per iteration. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Appreciate everybody showing up. All the other YouTubers who came here. Love you guys. Appreciate everybody. All the good questions. And putting up with me. I really cannot believe like we're like steadily increasing viewership on this, and we've been doing these so infrequently, and they're always last minute, but still a couple hundred of you guys show up, which is great because it lets me know that you guys are still very much interested in the precision rimfire stuff. So I'm going to dig my heels in. Guys are going to see some really cool stuff this year. I don't want to give it away, but you're definitely going to see some new actions on the channel. All sorts of new gadgets and stuff. So pretty exciting year. But again, thank you guys. None of this is possible without you. I do this every live stream, not because it's like a generic thing, but seriously, you guys have enabled me to do so much in this space. So if you ever feel like I'm failing you, like in any way, like I got thick skin, you can come on here and berate me. Let me know. I want to hear, like, you know, honestly. So if you guys think I'm drifting too far left and right, feel free, come in here. Rein me back in, because I literally do this because I love the interaction. I love this. And I love you guys watching the videos, and I love that people respond and get something out of it that saves them money or gets them into something really cool. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks everybody. Let's see. How's the dirt bike riding lately? Not that great because they all got stolen, and I did have one, but I ended up getting trading my last not stolen dirt bike for my kids to have a little side-by-side thing. which was cool because they're enjoying the crap out of it. So, and I'm getting old, man. I can't take falling off a dirt bike. I'm just getting freaking old. Appreciate you, Joey. Thanks, brother. And 22 Limber, yep, community continues to grow in many ways. Not thanks to me, bro. Definitely not thanks to me. Thanks to a lot of us, you included. So, and everybody here. But yeah, thanks, guys. I won't hang this out any longer. It's so hard to say goodbye. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And yeah, catch you on the next one.